Hello, this is Dr. Webb, Colorado Tech University, Big Data Analytics. The purpose of this video, this short video, is to highlight a correction in this morning's chat. We had a problem with a demonstration that I was trying to show you, and I had to take a little time to go back and re-look where that error was. The actual scenario that we had built was we wanted to prove that over time, your income it increases with age. We use a sample file. First, let me show you the command that you want to use to find out what your working directory is this right here. Get wd paren, and as you run that, you can see down on the screen here, the results was c:\users papa documents. Now, that's the file or the directory where the source file is that I've used for this scenario. And you can see it right here, sample.csv. Okay, and that's the home folder, my documents directory, as far as where everything's going. Okay, all right. The next thing, so now let's go ahead and delete that, because we won't need that. That's not really part of the script here. Next, the next thing I did was I'm calling the actual library that uses the plot function. Is not that, and you do not need it, but it's just a good habit, as far as to already make those calls for those that are also that are just default functions. So I've got require and then graphics, because that's where the plot function's coming out of. Okay, here's the actual script that we use this morning. It's my data, and what we're going to do is we're going to read the sample.csv file into my data. So here's the actual syntax for that. It's my data is going to read the CSV file, sample.csv. The next the next argument is true. True here is where I'm telling it that the very first row in that CSV, in that sample.csv file, are headings. So it knows that to use the very first row as headings. Next, I tell it that it's delimited by a comma. The fields are delimited by commas. Then now here, head, my data is just so I can read the very first file. Don't really have to have it in there at all, but for this to work, I just did it so I can see just the heading, the first few rows here of our output. Now, the actual function, plot my data, which is, again, this is where we put into my data, and the actual column of, so you go $age. I want to compare that with my data $income. So I'm comparing age against income. And then the labels I'm going to use on this axis is the Y label will be income, the X label will be age. And you can see them here. The Y label is going to be income, the X label is going to be age. Now, just highlight and run. So you highlight it, and then you press run, and you can see the results. Again, let's just clear it, just for the sake of argument, so you can actually see it run. Okay, it's highlighted now, run, and those are our results. Okay. What else? Oh, now to go back to some of those things I was saying, we don't really need this right here was an unnecessary line I had in there. Don't need that for this. It still works without it, and we didn't have it was not required to call the library for this. It's the default library. So again, now let's clear these objects, these screens as well. Now let's run it. Get the same results. Okay. All right, without all the additional heading stuff down here. And there's your scatter chart. Again, it shows over time, with age, they were making more income. The 68-year-old is making like $70,000. Okay. All right. And that's all. Again, in the way of a correction. Chat with you later. Bye.